are live, live, live. We are live, live, live. We are live.
Welcome back to We Are Live from Midcoast Studio, Grand Center, St. Louis, Missouri. Chris Denman, Travis Terrell. Chris Gardner's here. He's our producer. He's on the oft-used possum cam at times. But more importantly, we have classed up the studio. Travis, we have a very special guest. She's from right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
One of the finest rappers in the city of St. Louis.
More Americana.
No.
Which
Oh,
you're
boy.
a big fan of.
I read the bio wrong.
Were you at that Mandolin
Wrong
Orange
bio.
show the other night,
bio.
Trav? Beth Bombara. How are you, Beth?
I'm good.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. A lot of good things happening in your world, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy for me lately.
I was just telling Beth before we jumped back in here, we've done so much work and had so much fun over at Gaslight. I think I've heard half of one of her songs 550 times because they have the Gaslight TV with all the live music. You did a Gaslight session over there. I guess we need to know about the new project coming up, Evergreen. I believe is the new album.
Yep.
Got a Kickstarter for that right now.
Yep.
That's an interesting thing. Travis, we could take a lesson or two from Ms. Bombara because she is 84% of her way to her goal for this Kickstarter.
Oh,
so
outstanding.
People care about her art.
Outstanding.
Uh-huh. Do you feel like that's something that we could maybe take some notes on?
I think we could probably take notes from a lot of people,
Okay.
especially successful ones like yourself.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's only 84% successful.
But
right now,
still,
so.
that is very
That's a B.
impressive.
That's a B. We're a C- show.
Yeah.
So that's
So how has it been going? What are you offering for the Kickstarter, and how long do we have for people to still be able to contribute?
Sure. So I've been trying to tell people every day about it, because that's the nature of something like that.
You just have to say in people's faces.
And,
don't
and
you?
it's hard for
Yeah.
me because I'm a very polite person. So
You're-
I don't know.
wanna,
You're
like-
kind of
You're
aggressive
creative.
out in the lobby.
Yeah,
I
you know,
don't know.
I've been
Yeah.
working on that.
Oh, good.
you know,
Okay,
because
good. Good.
that's,
It's something.
you know,
It's a
I
personal
can-
goal.
I can bully people into
Yes.
giving to the Kickstarter.
Whoa.
But anyway, so there's lots of different levels ranging from, if you just want to chip in $5, you can do that.
Right.
Love that.
If you want a digital download, it's like $15.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a house concert, it's a little bit more than that. You can go bowling with the band.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
We'll
I like
go
this.
bowling with you guys.
Would you go bowling with us
Um,
if we donate
that-
to
she
the
hesitated.
bowling
She's
party?
yeah,
stepped in.
I
She
would go
said-
bowling.
Why did
with
you think
guys.
about that so much? It's bowling. Like we're fun. You don't think we're fun?
Yeah.
This
I was
is-
just trying to picture the scenario in my head,
Right.
like how fun that would be.
Oh, wow.
I wouldn't try and think about it too much. I don't think it'd be that fun. We'd get upset. Somebody'd throw something. Travis, I'm going to put a link to the Kickstarter in the comments to the Facebook live stream so you can go there and donate after the show.
This is pretty cool.
As far as more perks, house shows. All right.
Yeah,
How does that
shows.
work? You have a 3-piece band?
It's a 4-piece. band.
4-piece.
Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
so we can kind of, whatever your space is, we can come in and put on a show that works. So if you want to do something really intimate in your living room, we could strip it down acoustic.
Very
if you
nice.
want to bring 100 people in your backyard and set up a little stage area, we could
Rager.
we could rage all night.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Do you do
my.
faster versions for more intense parties?
We could.
Of the songs? Okay.
Extra distortion pedals for that.
See, we're getting technical now, Travis.
I don't know what those things mean. That sounds impressive.
You guys definitely have to check that out. It's literally in the comment section. Kickstarter, again, throw her a couple bucks, maybe take advantage of one of the perks. We have a comment from a listener. I know this wouldn't go anywhere near Travis because he's made that mistake before, so they're encouraging Beth to stay away from you in these situations.
Okay.
So are they
Huh.
telling you
That's-
not to go bowling with Travis?
Right. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need to go bowl.
They call him Turkey. They call him Turkey Trav.
I got Wii bowling at home. I'll be.
You got
all
Wii
right.
bowling. That is kind of the answer, right? You're like,
Wii
I
bowling.
don't need the smoky bowling alley for you, buddy.
Of course, everyone would like to know where are you from, so we can know a little bit about your story, and
So we can judge you.
And not only,
Sure.
well, we will do
Sure.
that, but more importantly, the inspiration also behind this album.
Sure. So I actually grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay.
And, when I started playing music, I was maybe around 16. And I really just liked the aspect of playing with other people.
Right.
Mhm.
It wasn't about, me getting on stage and having a bunch of people pay attention to me. It was more like what I wanted to do when I first started playing was just I wanted to play guitar. I wanted to be in the back of the band. I just wanted to be in a band. And
Right.
there's something really fun and energizing about playing music with a group of people.
Collaboration
yeah.
is so important. I mean, Travis doesn't have the talent to do a show on his own, so he sought me out. We got a producer, so we know the joy of a
Yeah.
true team.
There
It's
you
always
go.
good to have somebody in your group with good credit. So
Gardner's that man.
that Gardner was out there.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. Yeah, Beth, don't get too close to us. You might take a hit on that. So no, that's
Yeah.
very inspiring actually to hear that, and everybody loves a humble story or just something that's true that could connect you to a great feeling like that. Live performances are huge. At what point, I guess, starting at 16, did you play your first like real show? Right, not for mom and dad in the front yard.
It was maybe like a year. After
Really?
I started, and like
Singing and guitar.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, it was pretty.
That's
nuts.
intense. Yeah.
But at the time, like the kind of music I was playing was really raw and
What was it?
like punk rock.
I was gonna say punk
You know,
rock.
and
I didn't
that's
want to
what
pigeonhole you.
Everybody has that story. I feel like
that's true.
so.
I
you
Where
know, it's
are
not-
you?
And
Drop a Blink 182 song for you.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that my 16th birthday party, we threw a party at my house, and some friend's band came in and played like Blink 182 covers. You know, that's like the time.
I
that
knew,
was the time.
yeah.
you know?
Beautiful.
But yeah, all that to say, I didn't really ever think I would have my own project. I just wanted to be in other bands.
Right.
And so it wasn't until a lot later, maybe like 6-7 years later, where people started pushing me and saying, hey, I heard you wrote this song. It doesn't really fit with the band. You know, maybe you should think about doing a solo project.
Yeah. So starting from punk rock to getting to where you are now, that's a bit of a leap.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's how all great stories start, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like as you get older, you experience more, you know, you come across different styles of music.
Right.
You know, you go to the record store, you ask, well, this is back in the day, before
Right.
the internet really. You go to the
It
record
is weird.
store.
We're
and
in our mid 30s, and we do this where we sound like we're 70. But there was literally a line from being like, "Hey, Mom, I'll be home in 7 hours. You won't know where I'm at. I'm gonna run around and won't do
Back
anything
in my
bad."
day, we had a street side records.
Right?
We can get CDs and buy concert tickets.
So now we basically have homing beacons on us at all
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
You
no.
don't even think about like you remember using a phone book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like those are.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. We're probably the same age. So.
You're like 27. Look at it. Did the camera pick up the blushing there? I like that. No, so going from punk rock style to where you're at now, very Americana driven, whether it's Americana, whether it's folk or whatever, or even punk rock stuff. Who, and this is canned question of all canned questions,
Well, right.
who's backing you up? Who inspires you as a songwriter? What music do you get into? I guess who are your all-time favorites?
Yeah, so I'm thinking about
Trap
kind of-
artists not included. Sorry, Trap.
All right.
Like when I was kind of making that transition, you know, discovering it actually had a lot to do with moving to St. Louis, because
And the style that you saw here live?
yeah, I mean, I kept running into guys that were playing banjo and were really into like the Ozark
Very
folk
cool.
music, which is I didn't really run into that when I was up in Michigan, and then the crazy amazing blues scene that's here.
That's
You know,
insane.
so like just it's interesting because geographically speaking, like a lot of that stuff, when I moved here, I started experiencing a little bit more than I'd ever had. But I would say it was like bands like I would say Wilco is a good example.
Nice.
Travis's
like-
favorite.
I love Wilco.
Yeah. So they kind of, for me, they kind of bridge the gap between, you know, it's not folk, but like kind of this.
There's guitars in it.
Yeah,
You're talking about things that you're talking about drinking with your friends outside of a rural gas station.
Yeah, so
there's a lot to it. Where did you
Right,
fall with
right.
the Farrar Tweedy division? Are you a Sunvolt or a Wilco
Oh,
person?
you know, I don't really, I
You-
don't like
you don't.
to
You
get
stay.
into
Oh
that,
yeah, you stay
know.
neutral. Okay.
It's about the music.
Whoever's going to
There
let you
you
open
go.
for them
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
festival.
exactly.
This is what the answer is.
Right.
No, it's really
No,
weird
I
because
think they're both great. and-
incredibly talented. And
Yeah.
Gardner, I know you and Travis drive around listening to Uncle Tupelo quite a bit. right?
Man, shoot, my favorite uncle.
Yeah. Just edged out Leon.
I don't need to say anything.
That's
I'll let
true.
Travis handle that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will. And I think that what you said kind of hits on this stuff. And Travis, we laugh about how embarrassed we can be sometimes, or how big of babies we are about our own city. It is unique to me and interesting to me to hear an outsider be like, do you see what's happening here in this blues scene or this musical scene? It's cool to hear that positive side of it, and that it's directly influenced somebody that's about to put out a badass album again through that Kickstarter, right?
How's that process been as far as putting together an album? I can only imagine what goes through your mind and the restless nights about putting together something that you want to be a true representation of yourself, and also that's something everyone can enjoy. How has that been?
Yeah, it's a huge undertaking. It's a process, and every time I do it, I mean, this will be I think the 6th album I've self-released.
Nice.
And a lot of that for me has been learning the process. You know, what works, what seems to be true to what I'm trying to artistically put out there, and that's an evolution.
Right.
So it's like I'm on the next repetition of this evolution, and it's being able to bring on other people to collaborate with has been amazing. Just the past 2 years, I've kind of found musicians that I feel like we really click together.
Right.
So like that's been a new thing for my
You play with your
process.
husband too.
Yes.
I think that's cool / more power to you, because working with this is your livelihood. You're
it is.
people. If you're paying attention, if you know somebody that wants to, look up Beth Bombara. She is a paid musician. This is her.
what I
This
do.
is her
It's my full-time gig.
path, right? Just
Right.
like it's crazy. I'm sure it's weird for you to say that at times, right?
It
You're like,
is.
This is what I do. This is
It
awesome.
is. If you asked me 10 years ago what I would be doing now,
Account manager for enterprise. That's what we all thought was going to be. Yeah,
That's what I
please
thought,
give
you
me
know.
health insurance, right? Oh my goodness. And it's kind of. I mean, we're in a studio that we've got a great team behind us and everything like that. But it's weird in 2019 to say, hey, we podcast and put on events. You self-release albums and do those things. And granted, people have been doing that for forever, but.
Yeah.
To make that a major part of your life, that's important and amazing. But back to it, what's your husband do in the band?
he currently right now he plays bass guitar with me.
Very nice. Does he help in the writing process?
Yeah, and so for this album in particular, we've done a lot of co-writing. So, you know, I would come up with the bass idea for the song, you know, maybe have the chords and a melody, and I'm pretty good with that. That is the easier part of the process for me.
If Travis and I wrote songs together, it would get really passive aggressive. Like there'd be a line, it'd be like, "Hey, dude, there's some water spots on the on the
Next time, put the toilet seat down.
I thought this was gonna be like a chill song, man. Sorry.
Travis is supposed to be a melody.
Throw it, edit
here.
it,
It's supposed to be a little
double
R&B beat.
meanings.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Why don't
Yeah.
you leave earlier?
I feel personally
You're
attacked.
not as funny as you think you are.
You guys, let's make this record.
I know.
Can we?
Yeah.
Would you produce it?
Oh yeah,
That
totally.
kid sounds very delightful.
We'll toss you a writing credit.
But
Okay.
you
I
talk.
like this passive-aggressive duets.
Yes!
It's a new thing on the
That's
duet.
the new thing.
I came up with that segment. You're not doing the work you said you would.
Yeah, that sounds.
Is that good?
That's a badass
I'm
album.
totally into this idea.
And then from Travis, you could be replaced, boring white guy. Do you like this?
I like that ditty. You turning that up in my
Hey,
car.
wait a stop it.
But you did mention the evolution. You said you're on album 6 now. I'm curious. Look, I know a lot of artists. Very difficult to look back on your old work. How has that been
Oof.
for you to get to this point? Because sometimes you kind of got to look back to see where to go next. But that's an evolution, and of course collaborating with your husband as well. So I would imagine that's also very weird to look back on. How has that process been?
Yeah, so I'm the kind of person that I just put myself out there. So there's a lot of probably other songwriters, musicians who've released albums where maybe they've actually recorded tons of songs before they actually put out their album.
Right.
Because they don't want anybody to hear that stuff. And I've kind of been like, well, I'm learning, and this is a good I'm
Representation of where you're
I'm
at
just
the moment.
Yeah, so I kind of look at songs and recordings as snapshots of a specific time. I don't
Nice.
I don't view it as like I have
Productive.
I have to see this thing has to be perfect and it has to be, so I'm more of a kind of like just put it out there and it is what it is for the time. And
I love that.
so when I look back on and listen to some of my old recordings, it's kind of like, okay, well, that's really raw. But
Right, but
that's,
still.
that's okay.
Right.
I think that's an important part of looking at your process and where you came from and how much you've grown and all of that stuff. So
What are some of the bigger lessons you've learned from that? Because I would imagine something going into it, you probably had no idea, but now that you've had the experience, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep that in mind going forward every time. What is that big lesson for you?
so much. Everything. I don't know how to answer.
Is there any
that.
particular
Don't do
one?
podcasts with these two idiots.
Is there anything, perhaps something about the industry? Because you talk about with the Kickstarter.
Ooh, I got some industry discussion
Well,
too.
but I would imagine it's also, and it's one thing that I'm learning, we're learning, we've been trying to learn over the last few years, is that it's one thing to create, it's another thing to then distribute and sell and market what you're creating.
Keep momentum
That is
going. Make people care.
and
Make
that's
people
an entirely
aware.
different mindset
It's-
because you're
yeah.
giving so much of yourself on the
Yeah.
creative side,
Yeah.
and now you're asked to almost give as much
Right.
on the the promotion side. So how has that been?
Yeah, well, I feel like, I think the main thing I can say to that, and I don't even know if this answers your question.
Oh,
But
go for it.
By the way, you've gained a new fan. This is the best interview he's ever conducted, ever.
Hey, pal, I interviewed Lucero.
He did. Do you know who Lucero is?
yeah.
Do we have
Yeah.
the clip? Do we have that clip? Like, feel free to
Yeah.
continue before I cut you off, and then we'll get back to the Lucero and Mr. Hip Hop
Okay.
over here. So please continue with what I'm sure is
I
an
totally
eloquent
forgot
answer.
what I was going to say, but
y-
no, it's
Basically, putting yourself out there, right?
Yeah,
in
and-
the business of things.
let's talk about Lucero. And then I'll remember what I was going to say.
We
So-
had opportunity. I had not listened. I had not heard.
We
of
had been
Lucero
doing-
up into the interview. I
Okay.
was vaguely familiar with their contributions to a couple of movies.
So they're one of my favorite bands. I've
They
followed
came
them
into
for,
town. They went
for
into
years.
Off-Broadway a
We'd
couple
been
years.
doing our show less than 6 months, by the way,
Okay.
with zero background in radio, anything like that.
You guys
And we
fooled me.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Fool a lot of people, even my
Thanks.
parents.
Stop.
Where are you taking that suitcase? Don't you do a podcast? Shut up, Mom.
We scored an interview with Lucero. They agreed to do like 3 songs, hang
Cool.
out, talk to us, everything.
very
To
cool.
me, see, this is why you keep your like heroes at a certain level, because if your heroes Tom Cruise and Sheryl Crow, you're not probably going to get them on your evening radio show in St. Louis.
Right.
Mine's like Adam Carolla and Lucero, right? Just
you
within
know,
6
just-
months, bam,
You're
had
on
them both
you're
on.
on
Yeah.
that C+ level.
Yes.
No, I
Thank
mean,
you.
not to say
See,
that's,
mine-
that's
no,
not
no.
terrible, and not to say
That's-
that
no.
Lucero's not.
Nope, I get it. You
Lucero's
hate
amazing.
Lucero. Yeah. No, we got them
amazing.
in, and they played, and it was an interview. It was wonderful.
They couldn't have
They
been
played
nicer.
songs.
They're the nicest people on earth.
Oh, they're fantastic, and these guys have great stories. And the singer's brother is a famous director. Some of my favorite, Mud, the movie Mud with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
Ben's brother. Whatever.
Okay, cool.
He had a new song that he had wrote for the movie Loving that was coming out, got an Oscar nomination or whatever.
Michael Shannon and Ruth Negga, I believe. are
Yes,
the cast.
and yeah, absolutely. And Travis had a great response after the. Do we have that clip? We don't have the clip. Regardless, Travis hair stood up on his arms and responded with the very. That was really damn good.
The great
the
thing-
quiver in his voice, a tear rolling down his eye, and the singer Ben from Lucero was, "Oh, thanks, man."
And
Like it was the most genuine thing I've ever seen
And the
in my
cool
life.
thing I get to do now is tell all of my hood friends about Lucero. and from time to time, they're like, all right, man, I'll listen to it. Oh, that's
Sure.
cool. It's whatever. If it ain't Lil Wayne or Drake, they're just like,
Right,
whatever,
right.
bro. But I told them about Lucero, how awesome it was. And from time to time, I'll come over to their house or hop in their car, and there'll be
Oh, please.
I'll be a little Lucero on
great.
the track. I was like, I see what you did. Try to mix it in there between Drake and Nelly. I see what you tried to do there.
Here's a question for Beth. Speaking of Lucero, so they can sell out the off Broadways 2 nights, or they'll play. They get to pick whatever bands they can tour with. They have a great career. They aren't commercially known, right?
Right.
Do you prefer a very lucrative, great road gig life playing music like that, still making plenty of money, little off time, a lot of road time.
Yeah.
Do you prefer that, or do you prefer the hit the tour bus and you're playing theaters and maybe you throw maybe you get into just a little bit of a larger, more public-facing career? Which is the better goal?
I'm more of the off-Broadway road type.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, especially the type of music you play too, right?
Yeah.
And you see, and now you can see too. You've got your Sturgill Simpsons, Jason Isbell, and Brandy Carlisle.
You just did that to just mention Jason Isbell.
yeah, I just, anytime I can drop his name. Brandy Carlisle's about to play the Stiefel Theater. That's who she is. That's who she was.
Yeah.
She came up, and then she's doing
totally.
duets with. Who's the guy she did the duet with? You know who I'm talking about? Like an Ed Sheeran type or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Ed Sheeran type.
It's
only
not that
one
guy.
Ed
It's
Sheeran.
the other.
Please don't
Who's the
disrespect him.
Stay with me? That guy.
Sam
Sam.
Smith?
Yeah,
Sam
she did a duet with Sam
Disres-
Smith. That was a bad rendition.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Do you want to cleanse our palates and
No,
have
I
Beth
don't.
play a song?
Oh, that would be very nice. You should
That
do,
would
a,
be.
do a live read. Let her get set up.
You want to get
so
set
we
up?
can
Will you
hear
play
real
us a
music.
live song?
Yeah, I think
Do you think
I
you
can do
can?
that.
You think you can get Travis's hair to stand up on his arm?
I don't know, probably not.
No,
Okay.
well, it
Well,
depends.
we
I
shoot
mean,
low here at the C
I'm
Plus
I'm
show.
no Lucero.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Guys, I'll tell you about Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. We'll rock out some talk. Beth, you can grab your guitar. Let's
Okay,
get it
cool.
going. Buzz's Hawaiian Grill, local food truck from right here in St. Louis. Travis, when they say aloha, you know where it comes from?
It comes from Michigan. I bet you
Comes
Beth
from the
knows
heart.
that. No,
Comes
nope.
from the heart.
Does
It's
not come from
Buzz's
Michigan.
Hawaiian
She's
Grill.
shaking her head.
It's
It
not
does
Buzz's Michigan
No,
Grill.
I apologize.
There's no Youper menu or anything like
Okay,
that.
I
That's
apologize.
Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. We're going to shoot a video with them on Monday. Gardner, go ahead and write that down.
Oh,
We're gonna. He's gonna.
What?
He's gonna come in and cook for us. We're gonna do a segment with Buzz. So
Oh,
I'm
dear
very
Lord.
excited about
Oh,
that.
my.
Buzz Hawaiian Grill. Find their location online, Facebook. Ever heard of it?
I'm familiar with
That's
it.
right. Find their Facebook page.
It's my favorite TV network.
Check out Buzz's Hawaiian Grill. They support us. You support them. What do we think, Beth? You ready to rock something out? So this is Beth Bambara. She's got a Kickstarter for the new album Evergreen. You can check the link in the Facebook comments, or if you're just listening after you've downloaded, check out Beth Bambara on Facebook or Kickstarter, BOMBARA. And I'm very excited about that. What's the song we're about to hear?
I'm gonna play. Let's see, a song called "Tenderhearted."
Tenderhearted.
It's sweet. It's about somebody I maybe know.
Oh, I like this.
Intrigue.
I like the intrigue, too.
Beth Bambara with Tenderhearted live from Midcoast Studio.
Is this too close?
No, you're
Get up. You do as you please. You're the expert here.
All right. I got a tender-hearted lover who does me good. He's a little rough around the edges, but don't let that fool you. Pours me coffee when the sun comes up. Ooh, baby, gonna fill my cup. Got a tender-hearted lover who feeds my soul. Knows how to make me smile when I just don't wanna. Dries my tears in the middle of the night. When we're close, everything is alright. why you looking sad? It's been a roller coaster year, but it's the best we've had. Even though we couldn't spring for that kind of line van, we roll on hand in hand. We roll on hand in hand.
Woo!
Beth Bombara. Get on that Kickstarter. She just bared her soul, everybody. Check
That
out
was
the
a beautiful
link.
song. What a beautiful song.
We can confirm there were hairs raised on ours.
There
I
were
will
lots
say
of
that.
hairs raised.
I will
I
say
was
we're gonna.
inspired.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
a very beautiful song. I enjoyed the lyrics.
Jeez,
That
Beth.
was very nice.
That was an A+ performance on a C+ show.
Yes, it is. Very well done.
I usually don't sing this early in the morning.
Take that, NPR.
Yeah,
we got
that's
him
right.
today.
You know, tiny desk. We don't need that.
Take that.
If I may, can I tell you about St. Louis Counseling Services?
Sure, why not?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. They are a mental health facility and provider right here in St. Louis. We work with them. They're the #1 professional counseling service in our hearts, minds, and in St. Louis as a whole. Big fans of their work, and you can also catch Tom Duff recording Mental Health Matters here. That's a podcast improving lives since 1955 is their tagline on stlouiscounseling.org for the website. Be sure to check out another local musician, John Henry, on their podcast today discussing mental health issues in the music industry. Very excited about that. And if you or your business needs mental health services infused into your employee assistance programs, anything like that, you can check out stlouiscounseling.org. All right, Beth, what else do we need to know? Any upcoming shows? We got the Kickstarter. I don't want to make you have to stick around and deal with the rest of what we have planned for the show.
And before we go further past the Kickstarter, I want to make it so
Yeah.
easier for our listeners. So they just go to Kickstarter, and what do they need to enter in order to get to your campaign?
So if they is there a Kickstarter
We
link? You
we
have
put
to-
the link
in
up.
the
Okay,
comments,
okay.
yeah, and
Okay,
we'll
cool.
share it again too.
And I mean, if you just Google Kickstarter Beth Bombara,
Okay.
it should
Go
come up.
straight to your
Or,
campaign.
Yeah, Evergreen, Beth Bombara Evergreen.
And they can if they don't purchase a perk, they're still allowed to donate
Oh yeah,
anything they want.
You might have to create a Kickstarter account, which
Okay.
will take 1 minute.
Probably just use Facebook as your
Yeah, you
login.
probably can do that. I think you can also donate as a guest.
Okay. Okay, very well.
That's exciting. I love that because you get a great product and it's literally pushed out by the people that are going to enjoy
And you're
it.
Yeah,
supporting
I mean-
someone locally for those who are listening here in St. Louis.
Right.
Obviously, we want donations from everywhere, but we talk about this all the time on our show, supporting local artists, and this
Yeah.
is one of the easier
Don't-
ways to do it.
Don't come around and be one of these people that
Yeah.
lies about being at Busch Stadium when David Freese hit the home run or the triple, and the world says, "Oh, yeah, it was St. Louis. I was there." No, you weren't. You were watching at home because you didn't want to fork over to. Don't be the one whenever she's on an award show playing a song. They're like, "Yeah, you should go check her out at Off Broadway." No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You
Right.
can't get to Off Broadway, and I know you're lying. So now
Well-
is the time to support.
Yeah, it's my goal this year to maybe be on the Jimmy Fallon show.
That'd be
You know what?
dope.
Thank you for bringing that up because we have a clip because you've already been mentioned by one James Fallon. Look at you. Would you host the show with me when he moves to New York to take over Sesame Street?
That's happening. Okay.
Brag a little.
I like children, and I like writing children's stories, so I'll be working with Sesame Street this summer.
That's
for 3 months.
amazing.
Yeah.
Can I come visit?
You sure can.
Okay.
I'll tell you now, I don't know anything about New York, and I'm
He's scared. We keep
incredibly
giving him
afraid.
stories
Very
of crazy
afraid.
things that happen on the subway.
Very
It's
afraid.
gonna be rough.
It is going to be rough.
Man.
Beth, you want to co-write a song? Let's co-write a song.
One of the
All right, here we
sweetest
go.
people
Let's
to ever
make up
do
the
our
song.
show.
Let's make up
and
the song.
she just calmly looks me into my eyes and go, "Wow,
All right, can we go line
that's
for
going
line?
to be rough."
Can we make up a
Totally
song on
That
the
is,
fly?
I think if it
Totally
came from
joking.
anyone else, I'd be like, "No, I'd be good."
I
But the
just
way you
trying to
calmly just said
throw
that
you
after
guys-
that beautiful song, I'm just like, "Oh, she
You have your
means it."
harmonica. Can we go line for
No,
line on
no,
songs?
let's not.
The rats on the subway, they'll eat all your toes. That's good. That's a good
That's
start.
good. That's
Thank you. Why are you talking about Jimmy Fallon? You got a crush on him or something? Is there what's the deal
Oh
with Jimmy
no,
Fallon
I
and
just
you?
because of that completely random
Do we have
clip.
evidence of this?
What?
Oh.
I don't know anything about this.
I thought maybe
Throw to the
that's
clip,
a good. I
Gardner.
thought that's a good way to get my foot in the door.
Oh, nice.
I like
oh,
that.
this is interesting. I want to see how. I haven't seen this.
So what's this? So Beth and Jimmy Fallon have a sordid past.
Oh, interesting. Let's hear about this.
Made for Now is the name of the song. It might be out. Is it out? Alexa, play Made for Now.
Made for Now by Beth Bombara.
No. Alexa,
Shut
stop.
up! That is awesome.
Live on his Instagram.
Okay, but here's the best part about it. He was trying to play. So Janet Jackson was coming out with a new album, and one of the songs on her album is called "Made for Now," which I also have a song by that title. So he was trying to play the Janet Jackson
And
song,
your song
and
came
my
up.
song
Alexa
came
was
up
like,
on
you
Instagram
mean-
Live.
shut. That
That's
is
amazing.
awesome. Now, how did you get word about this?
Somebody saw it
Oh,
and just like,
we
tweeted my
tweeted at Jimmy Fallon too to say, hey, hook her up.
my Twitter was blown up and my Facebook.
That
was
is
blown up, and
outstanding. That is
people were
cool. I've
like,
never
oh my
seen
gosh,
that."
You were just on Jimmy Fallon, not the show, but you know.
I would list
So-
that as a credit and just say, hey,
You know
I
what?
did Fallon.
I don't usually throw around my celebrity weight.
Uh-huh.
I'll get you on Fallon this year.
Oh,
We'll
that's
make it
nice.
happen.
So
'Cause
that's
the
my
show-
goal
that's
this
good.
year. Maybe I can use that to
For all the lame vacation
on the
stories
show.
that guests tell on those shows, you have a great story that would be you should play and get an interview.
That is really that's
That's
amazing.
what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The craziest ways for people to
Can we
get their big
kickstart
break.
that?
Maybe.
Oh, nice.
That's right. You feel good about that, Trev?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I do
Yeah.
not.
We have a comment from, speaking of stars in their own right, our friend Nick Freed, actor in Chicago. Beth.
Nicholas Freed. He was in a commercial once.
He was parodied on Saturday Night Live. That's pretty great.
Sure.
That's good.
Nick says, Beth, period, is, period, the, period, dopest, exclamation point. That's pretty good. That's high praise from
Can I
a
use
friend of
that
the show.
for my press kit?
Yes, that should be.
He's done a couple videos for The Onion that are in the millions, so I would
Okay.
definitely
Oh,
say that.
Boy,
Yeah.
Alright.
yes.
You guys want to talk about anything else, or are you tired of dealing with this?
So this is hilarious. I just remembered the answer to that question you asked me a long time ago.
Oh, nice.
Please.
But you were saying something about, I guess, things I've learned,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, through that crazy process of putting out albums and putting yourself out there.
Right.
And I think the biggest lesson I've learned through all of this, being an artistic person, is you got to have a really thick skin, and you can't.
Great
You
point.
can't let like I've been told no thousands of times.
Right.
Like for things I wanted to do, shows I wanted to play, things like
Yes.
that. Radio stations I wanted to play my songs, and,
Right.
and,
Sure.
and it's literally they're just like, no, not interested.
And you push forward, and
And
you're
you
about to
gotta-
put out
You
a
have to.
badass
yeah,
album.
you gotta just keep. If you really believe in what you're doing,
Right.
you gotta just keep doing it. People are gonna.
Talent
pay you
meets
no
hard
mind.
work. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and on to that point, when did you feel that you knew what you were doing? Because for a lot of artists, and I know
we have a
that's-
self-confidence issue
No,
in
no,
the
and
studio.
no idea what
but
I'm
no, but
doing.
but I hear this a lot from a lot of
No. Yes.
creatives, writers, musicians, and I've always been curious. I think it's to your point. You know when you know. So when did you know?
I would say maybe like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Don't
I knew
lie.
I
It
would-
was 7 minutes ago, right after you finished the song. And here
Yeah.
you're like, I think I can
knew,
do some of this.
Yeah, I knew I had this, deep sense of like I believe in what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm doing this because I absolutely love it.
Right.
I would be doing this. I think the realization for me is like I would be doing this whether I get paid to do it or not.
Gotcha.
And luckily, right now I'm getting paid to do it.
Right.
Which is absolutely incredible. And I never would have dreamed that, but I wouldn't have gotten to that place if I didn't just be very persistent
Right.
and always trying to improve myself. I'm not comparing myself to Jason Isbell because I'm no Jason Isbell, but
She gets it.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break.
but Jason Isbell, if you're out there, I would love to play with you
He streams
sometime.
live. Yeah.
Yes.
I would say it. So, okay, so we can call an audible here. I've had a bunch of fun with Beth. We do a segment at the end of the show where we read ridiculous emails from listeners. Would you like to stick around and help us vote on those? Usually
Sure, why
we
not?
like real talented people to exit the room before that happens because it kind of shows us who our true selves
Oh,
are.
I can do that.
We've
Would that
got-
make you feel better about yourself?
What's that? To stick around?
If I stuck around? or
Yeah,
if
to
I- or
drag
if
you
I
down
left?
to our level. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm-
Cool.
Welcome.
I'm
Cool.
game.
Yeah, you are the A student, and I would like you to be in detention with Travis and I. Is that okay with you, Travis?
No, that's perfectly fine.
We got a few minutes before we get to it. There's a couple stories that we could get to that we haven't gotten into quite enough throughout the day. Travis,
Okay.
are you willing to stand up for Marcelo Zuna after yesterday? Did you see that? He stepped in it again.
I did not see what he do. I didn't know he did anything yesterday.
Gardner, did you happen to see what happened with Marcelo Zuna and the Cardinals? I specifically wanted to talk about this with Travis, and Beth's still here. I don't know how big into Cardinals
backing
baseball
away
she is.
from the
Yeah,
mic.
I was sleeping.
you were sleeping.
I was doing.
He had a big game, but at what point? Basically, he's now known throughout the land
Right.
as one of the worst defensive left
Well,
fielders.
that's
in the
not
game.
true. He had an embarrassing moment a couple of games
Oh, he's
ago.
Two
still
games
pretty
in a
bad
row.
left field.
Well,
games
he's
in a
also
row.
not healthy, but he also has a Gold Glove, so you can't dismiss that.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can.
No, you can't dismiss an award for best defensive player
Yeah,
at a
of course.
position.
You can question the process for which it's voted on.
Oh my God.
Do you don't
Yeah,
get into
Travis, because I'm pretty sure at some point you don't like that electoral college. You don't like the process,
Damn it. He's correct.
huh?
So you feel like you got backed into a corner there?
Yeah, he got me because he knows I hate the electoral college. Damn it. That's not fair. You can't keep using.
I love liberalism.
You are. You kill me every
I love
time.
using it against you.
You can't use my liberalism against me.
Oh, is that part of a rule of
jump in on him.
liberalism?
Jump in on him.
wait, hey, hold
Beth,
on,
get
no.
it. Write a song about this.
Well, tomorrow, I think for
Taking
Devil's,
notes.
our segment Devil's Advocate,
Yeah,
Chris will be defending Marcelo Zuna.
you're damn right.
Oh, boy.
And Travis, you will have to defend Magic Johnson,
Yes.
former late night talk show host Magic
That's
Johnson.
right. Remember that show?
Magic Johnson is an example of always pursue your dreams, even if you do suck.
Hey, you know.
That's a day. Look, he keeps trying. Late night talk show, head coach, management. He's terrible at all of it, but Magic gets up every morning and tries.
Can I show you
That's
guys
kind
some?
of admirable.
That
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
See,
Pretty much.
this is why I wouldn't let Beth
Sad.
leave yet. It's like she's
Admirable
gonna.
and sad.
Yes.
I wanted to show you guys something real quick.
Oh, boy.
Please
So the Chicago Cubs.
Yes.
Let's stick with
don't.
sports.
Our
Don't
rivals.
Beth. Don't back away.
They put out a little April Fool's Day joke, and I guess they're following up on it even more.
Oh, wow.
To where they put out the sense of Wrigley. The sense
Excuse me?
of Wrigley.
The smell.
And, oh, wow, this is a thing. Sense of Wrigley. And what are your options here, Mr. Gardner?
Leather. Ivy, which is an obtrusive weed, basically.
Apparently, yeah.
And dirt.
Those are three track names of songs on Beth's new album.
Leather, ivy, and dirt.
That's the new album.
Leather, Ivy, Dirt.
This is like, these are like the three names of a celebrity's kids.
Yeah,
about
that's
to say.
true.
Three kids, the celebrity names them all this.
It
Dirt,
sounds like
Dirt
the
gets the short
Who
end of
has
the stick.
Ivy? Who has Ivy?
It sounds like the names of strippers that work the weekdays.
Okay, there it is.
Leather,
$7
ivy, and
steak
dirt.
special.
Yeah.
Ivy
with
is the name
buffet.
of a celebrity's kid. Who is that? I can't remember.
Blue Ivy is Beyonce's daughter.
Okay. So leather and dirt. Throw that in there. Dirt?
Dirt's Jason Isbell's kid.
Yes, there you go. Leather, I don't know.
Leather is
know.
probably what Ben Hockman will eventually name his kid.
Leather?
Yeah.
Leather
I just
Hock-
like the sound of leather. Leather Hockman.
I don't think these really encapsulate what the sense of Wrigley
Oh,
are.
boy. What do you think they would be?
Well, I'd like to
Oh,
thank
boy.
my friend Mr. Bojangles.
What did
Big
he
fan of
provide?
Bojangles.
Landfill.
Landfill.
It's landfill. That is actually what the stadium is built on top. A landfill.
Former White Sox manager said that the rats were the size of hogs in Wrigley Field, right?
That's why you see the seagulls in around
Yes.
June.
Gulls
The
feed
gulls.
off the garbage
Yes.
in the stadium.
Inside the
the only
stadium.
other time you've ever seen gulls feeding off garbage is when you see B-roll footage of landfills in New Jersey.
Yep.
Yes, that's a
Or
good
something
point.
along
That's
those
a very
lines.
good point.
Wrigley Field, just because it's old doesn't mean it's charmed.
No.
The reason it's charmed is because
Yeah.
it's in the middle of a neighborhood.
Yeah.
The building itself is disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
It's a landfill.
It is pretty gross.
The neighborhood's nice.
Very nice.
Just burn it down and build a new stadium right there. And that would be much better.
Considering how incredibly gentrified that area is, I am surprised neighbors haven't complained. That's an ugly ass stadium. Tear it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. Just move into another neighborhood and just go, yeah, I don't like that anymore. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
You just moved here. That's been here for 800 years.
So there's landfill.
I did want to throw a shout out to you. You have a show coming up, Beth. Our friend John runs the Midwestern, and you're playing there.
Oh, nice.
That's-
That is going to be cool.
That outdoor
Yeah.
stage.
I still haven't been there.
Ooh,
It
it's
is a
cool.
great place.
He
Great place to
he
eat.
gave their sampler platter 6 out of 5 booties, and the booty scale goes to 5
There's
in a
booty
review
scale
segment we do.
because
Yeah.
I wanted to know what that booty do, and that booty exceeded my expectations.
That's
And
like,
so it is
that's like the amp going to 11.
There you go. Yeah. Oh.
I told new co-host for you.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
step
fair.
down.
I'm about to say.
That's it. I've
Yeah.
ran my course
So that's
here
that's on Friday, and
this week.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
exciting.
is that tomorrow?
Damn,
It's tomorrow.
shoot, I just thought about this. Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Give our boy John a knuckle for us.
Okay, I will. Yeah. So I haven't been there yet, and I'm playing there just probably solo.
Yeah.
Chill, laid back.
Okay.
And then Saturday we're gonna be at Euclid Records with the band for Record Store Day.
All right.
Oh,
Listen,
nice.
We get it.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
super cool.
I love Record Day. Oh, okay. I'm definitely making that happen.
All right, let's cut a deal with her. Tonight, we have Free Comedy Thursday at Southtown Pub.
Okay.
4 comics performing. You get smoked wings, come hang out.
Do the wings
Starts at
come
8
with the
o'clock.
comics?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've dubbed this one of these comics tonight that are performing will get to be our intern for the summer.
Oh, wow. This
That's
is kinda
right.
bizarre.
Tommy Moslander, Michael Price, Charlie Winfrey, Angela Smith headlines,
Let's say, I think
Free
Angela
Comedy
Smith
Thursday.
has a really good job, like funny
Oh,
comedian.
no. Whoever I choose tonight at Free Comedy Thursday gets to be our intern.
Oh, glad we got a thorough process.
So tell you what, Beth, we expect you at Free
Like-
Comedy Thursday at 8 o'clock, and we'll
All
come
right.
to one of your awesome events soon, okay?
Okay.
She said it on here, people. You heard her. Hold her to it. You want to do some fair or foul?
Sure.
Let's
fire
do
up.
it.
Let's-
Gardner, how does this work?
we turn it over to the President of the United States.
Former President of the United States.
My President of the United States. That'd be better.
At this defining moment, change has come to America.
People often ask me, what's fair or foul?
Voice, I don't know.
Is it
who
a
did this
segment?
Voiceover. It's
Is it a
Voice is
movement?
over his own segment.
Is it
That's
hope?
That's
I can't
great.
say
Sorry,
for
I'm
certain.
revolutionary.
Time will be a true test of its power.
Like if you
But I
wrote a
can
book, you
say
would have someone
fair
else
or
do the
foul
foreword,
is now
right?
and
He would
forever
write his own
for the
foreword.
people.
It's my
Gather
book.
around the radio with your loved
Duh.
ones and hold on to your butts.
Okay.
It's now time for fair
We give it back to you, the people.
or foul.
It's the People's Fair or Foul. It's an insightful segment where we dig deep into some of the mysteries of the universe.
We give a topic at the beginning of the show, and then by the end, topic today, black holes, because of what we found thanks to an MIT
I really
graduate
think we're
student.
underselling this as a society. Like, this is where we're so jaded
If Matthew
and
McConaughey
so negative.
doesn't come flying out of that, I don't care about it.
But that's the thing, and I get, obviously, I don't know why we're like this, but
Merge!
that's a pretty freaking big deal.
It's a huge
I
deal.
think I read that the dot there in the middle is bigger than our galaxy.
Yes,
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
It is. So we should, like, I don't, again.
You know why?
And in the middle there, at the bottom of it, the singularity.
Ooh.
That's where that light goes. That light you see is matter being ripped apart
Yeah.
at the speed of light.
That is
and
amazing.
sent
know what
back into an
happens?
alternate universe. I
You
mean,
know what happens at that event horizon? Time actually slows
boy.
down. It bends time.
That is so dope.
So theoretically speaking,
yeah.
time travel is possible.
Yes,
because
and
you
we're looking
can
at
bend
it.
time.
Yes.
You can adjust time.
And we should be.
We
that
don't
should
know
be,
anything.
Get up, Gardner.
We are all dumb.
Yes.
why aren't we on mushrooms right now while you're telling us this?
That would. Oh yeah.
That would help.
Revenge of the. What if dog was spelled C-A-T?
But I just think it's so cool that this woman who has spent almost her entire life,
Well, she's a grad student. She's like 22 or something.
but still, that's impressive for a grad student of MIT.
To create the algorithm that made it happen.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
and I think like we should that should be on the front page of every major newspaper in the world right now.
Did you
Like,
see,
this is
It's-
amazing.
we can't grasp it. Like that's what's
No,
happening.
because
We're too
again,
simple.
we're just so. Let's be honest, we're idiots. This is awesome.
We're animals.
We are. I bet you if this was on Netflix, everybody would be going crazy right now.
If Neil deGrasse Tyson was voicing it over, everybody'd love it.
Look, if this showed up and made a cameo appearance on Stranger Things, everybody would be like, oh
Yeah.
my God, 11! Look what 11 created. This is awesome. This is real stuff. Take that, Marty McFly.
My Halloween costume.
Damn it, that's a good one.
That's right.
That's a good one. That's good.
We asked you about black holes, Beth. Buckle up. It's about to get stupid.
Oh, no. I know. Oh, no.
Winner gets $10 at Southtown Pub.
Should have rethought that.
I really should have. Oh,
Whenever,
no.
Beth, you should have seen. I did this. You should have seen the look in both their eyes when I said, "Hey, why don't you stick around for fair or foul?" They were both like, "What's he doing?"
Okay, if
What's
anything,
happening?
can we just go to Chris's camera and make sure we don't have to see the poor reactions of Beth?
No, that
when
makes
these
it fun.
emails are
Throw it over
read?
to camera
no,
3.
Please don't throw it to camera 3. Don't. This is
You have to vote on these, so pay attention.
Oh God, here we go.
Am I the? So here we go. Start it off.
Oh no.
We have to vote on these. Am I the first to submit? All holes matter. Good day.
Who's
That's
that?
from Yale Hollander.
Okay, that was good. Yeah,
Yale
that
Hollander.
was good. That was not
Not gonna
bad.
be
Not
that
just
good.
the black one.
No, that's not. I see what he did.
You don't
there.
get it, man.
I get what you're saying there.
Black holes matter. It means all.
Okay.
What about us, man? Fair. I'm really a fan of
See, I knew. Here we go.
something about a southern region of Blackfish Galaxy and a hole and.
Oh, let's keep Beth in the studio. Let's keep her there so she can.
Cankles.
This was my idea.
Just know that Cankles had a
Oh,
submission
boy, I
that
bet he
involved
did.
your personal life.
Yeah, surprise.
Fair.
Bad decisions. on
Bad
this show.
decisions made today.
Fair. I thought we had better pictures of the Orange Crush Festival.
That's good.
Do you know what Orange Crush Festival is? It's a black event in Savannah, Georgia
Okay.
that Travis was not aware of.
Yeah.
But seriously, just like a real black hole, us whites can only watch and think, that looks pretty cool, but I don't think I should go in there.
Drive really fast by it on the highway.
All right.
Like, no, we ain't gonna take the exit. We're gonna go to the other gas station. We ain't gonna stop by that black hole. We ain't gonna do
Also,
that.
like a black hole, there are gravitational oddities that have inexplicable effects, like removing all towels from the area and keeping people out of the water despite it being on a beach. Finally, when Air Force One starts playing, someone inevitably will start yelling, Murph! How did he infuse Air Force Ones in my McConaughey impression from Interstellar?
I didn't see that coming.
Murph!
Oh boy. This is
Who's
so-
that?
That was the JVL Jackal.
Oh, man.
They even write in fake names so their jobs can't catch them in this.
That, you know, that one's pretty good. That solicited a tiny snort from you. So
I did.
that,
She's
Chris is-
observational.
I
She's
think
taking
that
my
matters.
job.
Chris
Yeah.
is a snorter.
Fair. Did you know black holes are formed when a huge star goes supernova? Sound familiar? Did you know that the gravity around black holes is so strong that it causes time to slow down? It's literally CPT.
It's a good point. That may finally
What's
explain
CPT?
it. That
What's it stand for?
Well, it is CPT.
You can
is
say it.
An unfortunate acronym created by Rush Limbaugh
Oh, okay.
in reference
You
to.
didn't start that.
You didn't?
No,
I
no.
just is that fake news?
Do you just want to call it brother time?
It's brother time.
Okay, gotcha.
And
brother time.
but that makes
Coolest
sense.
time traveler ever, by the way. Hey, what's up? I'm brother time.
I'm brother time.
Hey, y'all.
Actually,
Brother time.
I think the coolest time traveler is Detective Charlie Travis.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, go to Chris's camera so I can talk about this show.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, y'all. It's brother time.
Hey, hi guys. I created a show, Detective Charlie and the Old Time Machine. Be sure to support.
It was your Sesame Street intern, Travis Terrell.
Therefore, this really cool character that can travel through time and save the future. Never been done before.
Therefore, I must.
That you know of.
Do you want me to do the McConaughey impression again?
No,
He saved his daughter saved everything.
Yes, she did.
Therefore, I must conclude that TT is a black hole. Now, I really want Travis to start a podcast with Peter Dinklage called Black Hole and White Dwarf. Jamie Moyers. Fancy for it. White Dwarf is a star.
Yeah, I
yeah.
see what you did there.
Yep. I got it.
We got it.
Fair. Kudos to the team. However, I request that the rest of my submission be granted to Trav so that he may read the names of the team responsible of this amazing feat.
Oh boy. Here we go.
This is a real list of the folks.
Oh, these are the people responsible for us being able
He
to
has a
see the black hole.
pronunciation issue.
Shepard Doleman, Avi Loeb, Ramesh Narayan, Andrew Storminger, Xing Tong Yao, and Peter Galison. I think I killed that.
You didn't do bad at all.
That's it.
pretty
Boom.
good.
I know my scientist boy.
TT's pink eye on the
I know my
Perseverance.
scientist.
on the
Stick with
submission.
it.
Say
Confident.
perseverance. Gardner, Beth, thank you so much for sticking around.
I apologize for
Travis,
all that.
let's throw a vote out. Chris Gardner, who are you voting for?
Uh,
Winner
J-
gets $10 to Southtown Pub, which they can use tonight.
JVL Jackal.
JVL Jackal. Okay. Mr. Terrell.
I'll go JVL Jackal.
Ms. Bombara.
Yeah.
JVL Jackal has swept fair or foul today. Congratulations. $10 to Southtown Pub. Use it tonight at Free Comedy Thursday.
Southtown Pub, smoke, meat, barbecue, and comedy.
As a songwriter.
I don't mean to show you up, but
Did you
Gardner and I
Do you
have
appreciate
a band.
that jingle?
We have
Yeah,
a
we
band.
do have
No,
a
it doesn't.
Yeah. We have a band.
Now
called-
I get embarrassed. Like, not in
no,
front of her.
what, Modest Mouth? You don't want to?
They
Gardner,
have-
should we give her
We
a
have
little
a
bit?
we have a mouth band
What's a mouth band?
that we call Modest
I'm being
Mouth.
called a chicken by Cankles for not reading his email, by the way. I agree.
Yeah,
Well, what
so-
song you want to do, Travis?
I think we're good.
Actually, you know what? Let's do. I'm going to do a little Wilco.
Okay.
No.
Forget the flowers.
Okay.
Do Casino Queen.
Go ahead and kick it in.
Dum, 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 dum,
Modest Mouth, everybody. That was fantastic. You know who else is fantastic? Beth Bombara. Give it up one more time. Check out the Kickstarter online. Support the new album Evergreen. See her Friday at the Midwestern. Support all of our great sponsors. Looking forward to Stacey Static's podcast later today. Lots of great projects coming up. Check out midcoast.media for
And
all
thank
that we
Tech
do.
Electronics for this
Oh,
amazing
my
studio
goodness,
they
Tech
have provided for
Electronics.
us. Without them, we would not be here. So make sure you guys support them because they support us.
That's right. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Tim Meadows on the show.
Not familiar with his work.
He's a very famous person who's more talented than both of us.
Okay,
so.
that's fair enough.
Beth, thank you again for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Had a blast.
Beautiful song again.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Download, subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get it. Share this with your friends. Throw us a review. Do what you can. Gardner, great work today. We're back live at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Peace.